What's up, guys? It's your boy TPP, and I'm back with that true crime talk, baby. Let's go. Happy Sunday night, y'all. Happy Sunday night. Hope you guys are having a beautiful Sunday. Hopefully, your teams won. Some of you had to lose, right? But I'm with you. I lost you, y'all. My Cowboys, they got they got spanked. So hopefully, y'all's teams are better than mine. But that being said, much love. Thank y'all for all being here. Yeah, I know it's kind of late, but I had some requests come through on a new serial killer I wasn't aware of, and then I was aware of the recent, talks of the Idaho house coming down, and somebody was like, "Hey, you are you thinking about covering Steve's interview?" And I was like, "You know what? Let me go check it out." So I was like, "You know what? I'll do that. Might as well jump up, do a quick couple requests, kind of catch up on some things." And a new serial killer, dude. I was like, what? Really? Had to look into that. Had to look into that for sure. And on top of that, the true crime one we're going to cover. I've recently been inspired. I've been inspired. Yeah, I've had a couple people talk to me. Had mentioned to me that they appreciated certain qualities about what we got going on at the show, some things that they saw over the last couple of weeks, and they're like, notice something about you, and I think you should try this. So that being said, I got a little project I'm working on, and I mean, I've been dabbling a little bit, but I guess the recent motivation from others, yeah, it made me want to push on it. So I got a little project. I'm going to talk a little bit more on the project at the end of the stream, but it'll be a members only type situation, right? It'll be for members, but I'm really excited about this project. I think most of you will enjoy the project. So, but we'll get into that later in the stream. So let me see who I got here. I know there's like 24 creators live streaming at the moment right now, so I'm competing with a lot of people out there. But let me see who I do have here. Thank you guys for being here. I do appreciate it. Miss Louise, thank you for being here. Number one. Heck yeah. There we go. Miss April P, good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see, Gator Hater, good to see you. Miss Donna Clark, good to see you, ma'am. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Miss Lori P, good to see you. Thank you for being here. So yeah, the first thing we're going to jump into is, like I said, I had the request on touching on this accused serial killer who I didn't even know about, man. So when I got this information, I was like, what? How did I not know about this? I usually know about these guys. Definitely usually know about these guys. So let me get this queued up for us. And here's the thing too. It's a good article. It's by Law and Crime. And this article, I don't have to read it. It's got the whole, it's already recorded. So we're going to listen to that. It's 5 minutes, 12 seconds. I may stop here and there to interject. But so you guys don't have to listen to me read, okay? So you guys dodged a bullet tonight. You guys dodged a bullet. Dreamweaver, good to see you. Thank you for being here. Happy Sunday. All right. Let's go ahead. Let me get this pulled up. Let's see. All right, guys. Give me some ones in the chat once I get this article rolling, so I know you guys can hear it. Okay. All right, let's go.
Left via the Keene Correctional Facility, allegedly lured 4 people into the woods with the promise of a gold treasure, only to murder them and leave their bodies to rot. He's accused of killing Emilio Maturin.
You heard that. You guys heard that. This dude literally lured his victims with the promise of gold. Like, what? What? Y'all. Damn, man, that's crazy. When I heard that, I was like, are you serious? This day and age, that worked. That really worked for him? People really fell for that? It's absolutely nuts. Dreamweaver, thank you. Lord P, April P, thank you. Luis, thank you. See the ones, guys? Appreciate you. All right, let's keep rolling.
Center, via Washington State Patrol, in 2019, and Brandy Blake, Wright, via her obituary, in 2021 at the Game Farm Wilderness in Auburn, Washington, about 30 miles south of Seattle. Bradley also allegedly killed Michael Goman and Goman's son Vance Lakey, not pictured, in 2021. Promising them the allure of gold buried deep in the woods, a Washington state man instead murdered 4 unsuspecting people and left their bodies to rot. Richard Walter Bradley, 40, already was facing a first-degree murder charge in the death of Brandy Blake. Now prosecutors last week filed 3 additional murder charges in the deaths of Emilio Maturin, Michael Goman, and Goman's son Vance Lakey, court records show. NBC affiliate King reported Lakey, 31, was last seen March 15.
Yeah, Lori P, right? You crazy, right? I had no clue. I had no clue this was going on. I hate being late to the party too. I hate being late to the party. It's like, how did I not know about this? But dude, can you imagine that? Like this dude lured them out there with a promise of gold. Like what the hell? This who fall? I apologize, but who falls for that one, man? That's crazy. It's like I understand, like the ruse, right? Like you always have some type of way of getting the victims. Like I get the whole broken down car thing, but gold, it's so crazy. It sounds like it should be in a book, or possibly be even in one of the stories I'll be telling for members only. Be dropping little Easter eggs, y'all.
2021, in his father's Durango. Cops later conducted a traffic stop on the Durango. Bradley's wife was allegedly behind the wheel and the Durango was impounded. Bradley allegedly wanted to hire an associate to break into the impound lot and burn down the Durango.
Wait up, let me see. Washington, Miss Donna. Lori P says, I was hoping you would say this was a long time ago or in another country. Unfortunately, no. No, we have active SKs here. We have active, the FBI speculates there's anywhere from 25 to 50 active SKs in our country at any given time. Miss Julie Dell, good to see you. Oh, snap. I totally missed you. Good to see you, Criminal Med. All right. I think I've caught everybody now. Let's keep rolling.
But he never went through with the arson, King reported. The 59-year-old Goman's body was found off an unmaintained county road on April 21, 2021, while his son's body was found in the same area a week later. Both had been shot. Law and Crime reviewed the probable cause affidavit regarding Blake's and Maturin's deaths. Documents show investigators recovered Blake's body on May 26, 2021, at the Game Farm Wilderness in Auburn, Washington, about 30 miles south of Seattle. She died of blunt force trauma. Cops also located 3 other rib bones, bear Blake's body belonging to another person, later determined to be Maturin. Related coverage. Blake, 44, had been reported missing on May 5, 2021, and was last seen with Bradley. Several witnesses told detectives with the King County Sheriff's Office they saw Bradley driving Blake's Ford Mustang in the days following her disappearance.
Dude, they got so much on this dude already. So much. How is this going on and I don't know about it until today? Literally till today, I didn't know about this. And then I've been trying to keep track on all the other ones that have popped up, this year that I've heard about. The one out in Texas, the one in Oregon. It's a lot to keep up with, man. There are a lot of these guys out there. We had one here in California this year that I was keeping watch on. It's pretty scary, guys. There's quite a few of them out there, and that's so scary, so damn scary. Jamie, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Hope that little boy's doing good.
They also told investigators that Blake had confided in them about how Bradley reportedly wanted her to help him dig up a bunch of gold from a previous robbery. King, citing the probable cause affidavit regarding Goman's and Lackey's deaths, reported a homeless man had seen Bradley with a shovel in a car that matched Blake's vehicle. Detectives arrested Bradley in June 2021 on a first-degree murder charge in connection to Blake's death and arson charges related to Bradley allegedly hatching a scheme to torch Goman's Durango. With Bradley already in jail without bond, investigators spent the last 2 years building the case against him in the other 3 murders. After Blake's disappearance, a witness told detectives that he heard that Bradley had enticed an accused drug supplier, later identified as Maturin, to the woods years ago, with the promise of gold where he allegedly murdered him. The witness said Bradley bragged to him that he beat the murder case, the affidavit said. Detectives learned that Maturin's girlfriend reported him missing on August 2, 2019. His girlfriend later told detectives that Bradley came to their townhome on July 19, 2019, and relayed the story about the gold to Maturin. She said she and her boyfriend were initially skeptical of Bradley's story, and Maturin wanted to know why he was asking him. Bradley claimed that Maturin, 36, was the only one he could trust, so the two left together with a pound of heroin and $15,000 cash.
This dude wild, man. This is not just a serial killer. He's like a full-blown criminal. Full-blown criminal.
According to the affidavit.
But you guys, that's another thing too, is like when they say 25 to 50 active serial killers, it's not just like lone wolf serial killers that they're estimating within that group. They're talking about there's people within I don't want to say organized crime, but like you have all these crime groups, right? No matter what level. And there's some individuals within those crime groups that are they're the muscle, right? But some of these people, the enforcers, they take it a little far. And this is not new. This happened way back in the days of the mob. There were people in the mob that were like that were well known for being a little bit excessive on, enforcing things. So those numbers are definitely, those are part of those numbers for sure. So it doesn't, honestly, really doesn't surprise me. This guy has a bunch of priors and is connected to anything crazy. I mean, you're taking people out in the middle of the woods saying there's gold and stuff to off people. You're probably connected to some really shady stuff. Oh snap! There's my guy. Hey Roger, good to see you, my brother. Good to see you.
Maturin's girlfriend said that was the last time she saw or talked to the victim. She used Google to track his phone, which led her to the Game Farm Wilderness area. She was going to look, but she got scared, the affidavit said. Auburn police on July 19, 2019, the same day Maturin and Bradley went digging for the gold, arrested Bradley driving Maturin's BMW. Cops that day saw an unlicensed BMW parked near the wilderness area. An officer saw what he thought was heroin in the car, so he backed off and waited for someone to come and drive the car away, the affidavit said. Bradley came to the car and drove away. The officers tried to pull him over, but Bradley allegedly fled. He was later caught and arrested for fleeing and eluding. He told the officers the car belonged to a friend. Detectives submitted the ribs found near Blake's body for DNA testing, and in April 2022, results came back as a match to Maturin. Bradley is at King County Correctional Facility without bond. Join the discussion. The post-accused serial killer allegedly murdered 4 people, luring them into the woods with the promise of gold, first appeared on Law and Crime.
All right. All right, guys. So, like I said, this was requested. I don't know if they got sent to me last night or this morning, but, as I was looking through the emails today, I got it. Definitely going to have to stay on top of this one. This was like the best article I could find at short notice. But I will definitely be digging a little bit deeper on this one and staying caught up on it. I want to know what's going to happen with this. I want to know more details. This is an interesting one for sure. I mean, if you're like me and you're these serial killers intrigue you a little bit, I'm into that human psychology. You guys all know this. Dakota, Miss Dakota, good to see you. Happy Sunday. Thank you for being here. All right. So the other thing I wanted to get into, and that was the Steve Goncalves interview. And I wanted to get into this one because I love covering, his interviews. I think he does a really good job for the amount of pressure, and I don't know, I couldn't do what he does. So I love to watch him speak. It's kind of inspiring. But he's touching on the house, right? And how it's going to come down soon. And he's giving his opinions and his thoughts. And before I had watched this interview, I had a different thought process on it. But then when he breaks it down the way he broke it down, it kind of changed the way that I was looking at this situation and how I feel about it now. So I'll get into that a little bit more as we watch the interview. And this interview is by News Nation, right? So Banfield, really good interview. Some people might have already watched it, but like I said, it was somebody had asked me what my thoughts were on it, so I figured might as well cover it up here with you guys. You guys know what's up, though. Give me some ones in chat once it gets rolling. That way I know you guys can hear me. Miss Gina, good to see you, ma'am. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. All right, guys, let's roll.
I am joined now live by Steve Gonzalez. He is the father of one of the 4 students killed, Kaylee Gonzalez. Steve, thank you for being on tonight. Just your reaction to getting this news. Was this a surprise, hearing that there's a date scheduled and it is December 28th?
Yeah, I was surprised that we're at a moment in the case that we don't even have a trial date. You know, we've had a trial date for almost the vast majority of once they had a suspect. So we don't have a trial date, but we have a date to have, you know, largely the biggest piece of evidence being destroyed, which just seems backwards, you know.
So I would have expected that something this monumental would have been discussed behind the scenes, that your lawyer, Shannon Gray, would have been in conversations at least.
Thank you, Louise. I appreciate you. See the one. Lori P says he is amazing. I agree, Lori P. I've said it before, you know, my heart goes out to him, but he's also he's inspiring because I don't know if I could hold it together the way that he holds it together. And he's been pretty much the spokesman for everybody within the victim circle for the most part, you know, for the most part. Recently, the other families have been a little bit more, you know, vocal, but yeah, I mean, he was the first one to stand up and really be fighting for these kids. So mad respect to the gentleman, mad respect. Luis says I can hear it. Lori P got that one. Thank you guys. Appreciate you for letting me know. All right, let's keep rolling on this.
To give you guys, you know, enough time to process this. And it sounds like that's not the case. You didn't get much time, different than the time that we got in terms of this announcement.
No, and I kind of take this as from a perspective of that my opinion is not important as a parent. That's not it. What is important is the lead investigators at the county, state, and federal level, and it is to my knowledge that they are not in all agreement. And we tried to get them to all come in agreement and address, you know, come out with a formal statement. So if they can't all agree, I find it very hard for the parents to all agree. You know, we're all trying to get through this the best way we can. I want to be absolutely respectful to every single one of the parents. I understand that this has to go down, and I'm not going to fight it forever. And I want to be careful what I fight because there's, you know, this is a losing battle.
So check it out. We know it has to come down, right? And he understands the reality of that. I think we all do. But here's the thing. Because I know what kind of technology was used and how well everything is going to be laid out digitally, I didn't really think that it was that big of an issue, right? I really didn't. And until he made some of these points that he'll make, perspective wise, right? It's yes, you're going to be able to digitally walk through the house, right? The crime scene, but like the perspective from the outside angles, and that's just assuming that the jurors are going to be able to go there and see certain things, but we don't even know that at this point. But if that house is gone and there's like perspectives to be, you know, seen as certain areas where they think he might have been watching from, and the house not being there, definitely could be an issue. But that's just saying that's if the jury is going to see the inside, would have a chance to see the inside of the house or see the property from the outside, different angles and whatnot. So, I mean, it not being there, I can see that argument being made now. That does make sense. Even with all the great digital breakdown evidence, 3D rendering, all that good stuff, not being able to stand from the outside and look at the house from different angles, that might be an issue for some people.
But
Well, it's
you know,
it's a long battle as well, as we've come to understand. That brings me to the issue of Mrs. Chapin. Ethan Chapin's mom, Stacy, has given that statement to me saying that, you know, we're okay with this at this point. We agree with the university. We think it's in the best interest of the kids who are there, including her 2 kids and the community as a whole. What are your thoughts?
Criminal Med, I wonder if there will be an injunction, active case, crime scene, jury viewing. Nope, I don't think correct move. Might be shooting themselves in the foot. And honestly, after Steve says some of the stuff that he says, I would agree with that. But that, yeah, visual and audio will help them understand timeline. Definitely, I think they need both. now that I'm rethinking it, now that I rethought it after listening to, because obviously, guys, I listened to this interview earlier, right? I'm not going to just jump up here, at least with this type of interview, and I'll listen to it first. And before I listened to it, I had one idea of it where I didn't think it was that big of an idea, a big deal. But now I've changed my mind. I do think it should be there just in case those jurors want that perspective. You know what I mean? But just keep rolling.
About that.
I totally respect it. I get it. I have leaked footage. I've seen things that they may have not seen. I know for a fact the path that this white salon, this car took, and people are going to wonder what he was doing when he parks in certain locations for extended amount of time. What was he looking at? I want to know what he was looking at, and I don't know how you can see what this man was looking at without the house being there. What windows was he peering into? Why did he pick that location to stop at? Why did he keep going back?
Dude, that lines up with my whole theory. The house being picked for the reason that it can be accessed almost 360 degrees, as like visible 360 degrees damn near and accessible. Like, I believe that house was it was a prime target. It was like perfect, absolutely perfect. And yeah, it not being there, you're not going to be able to get that same idea of how perfect of a target it would have been for somebody like this. So yeah, I totally disagree with it coming down at this point. But I understand why the school's having an issue with it, right? The school's having an issue with it not just because it's the murder house. They're having an issue with it because they're having to pay for security on the house. They're responsible for the whole property, right? It's their property now. So it's this a place where a tragic event happened, right? So the energy there is going to be, as long as that house is there, nothing beautiful replaces it. The energy is going to be off. It's going to be bad. But then, like I said, the university's paying for the security, right? So it's just another liability that they don't need to have to deal with. So I get why they want to remove it. And I have no problem with it being removed once it's no longer needed. But I am at the point where I would have to say that it should stay till the trial. But that's just my opinion. Gator Hater says, yep, easy viewing and easy access in and out. And see, I've listened to multiple profilers agree with that. Like, that it could have easily been the house, and then the targets inside the house information was acquired accordingly afterwards. But we'll see. We'll figure it out during the trial, right? That's one of the many points people argue about. So I don't really want to get bogged down in that argument tonight. Let's see, criminal med, where he parked view into Maddie, and that's the thing. I mean, that's just going back to what Steve is worried about, is that if they can prove points where he was parked based off of those videos, then you can go and be in that area and have a good idea of what he was able to view from those points. And some jurors may want to have that. I don't know how big of a factor that'll be if they can plainly point that he was there, prove that he was there. I don't know what he was staring at is really going to matter at that point. That'll be more for added information for profilers, I guess, to learn more about. But I don't understand how that could really affect a jury too negatively, not having that. I don't know. We'll see. Gator says they'll have to do a virtual reality video for trial. Yeah, if it comes, I mean, that's all they'll have if that house comes down for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, I would too, but I would just want to have that so I can probably try to figure out what he was thinking. But it's like, if you're telling me he's there, you could prove it by video, and I know that that's him there. What he's looking at that point don't really matter too much to me. But as far as did he do it, why he did it, then that would be a different thing, right? What was he looking at? Who was he hunting? For sure. Let's keep rolling, y'all.
To these certain locations. And I don't know about the other 12 or 13 times that he was there. I just know of the day that this happened in the footage that was given to me. So I'm going to do what's best for my girl. I'm going to protect her. I'm going to weigh on the side of what's best for her and making sure that I'm not going to let something slip through our hands that I could have said something. But I do understand it has to go.
I have this question for you because up until now I hadn't really contemplated this, but do you think it's at all possible that the prosecution is so confident about their case, they're not worried at all about the House standing?
I've been told that exact thing. I've been told 100%. The amount of stuff we have, Steve, relax. You know, you're a very aggressive a father. Relax, but it's not.
Bro, and look, the way Steve's being told the information, dude, there's information flowing out of. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Like, y'all know, like I've heard some stuff myself from people I know in law enforcement in Idaho in certain areas, and just with what I've heard, that's why I'm so confident in this trial before us even getting there, that they have the right guy. So the way that he's talking, if you're reading his face, the way that he's saying things, like he just wants to be cautious though. He has to be on guard, but he's getting good information. I can almost guarantee I know some of the information this dude's getting. It's, dude, law enforcement, some people in law enforcement have such a hard time when they see a parent like this struggling, right, with what's going on, and they may be able to give them just a little information to calm it down. And I believe that's what's being done with him, is he's getting little bits of information here and there. People are just, they feel bad. Like, how do you not feel bad? And it's like, if you could ease this dad's stress of like, hey, just calm down, bud, we got this. You know, they're gonna tell him a little something. Let's see. Criminal med, my bad, Gator Hater. My son is currently working on an elite college campus, and the stories that the girls do to the workers really worries me because of the thing like this. Harmless fun turns sinister. Yeah, that's the thing. Some crazy stuff does happen on some college campuses. That is for sure. Roger Lynn, Ellie is super confident. Yes, they are very confident. They're very, very confident. Roger says they have mucho evidence. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now, there's people that have been, there's YouTubers that have been paying attention, really paying attention, really going through details. I mean, there's even subscribers like Roger Lynn, right, who sit there meticulously pick through what we know, right? Just what we know. Between like people like Roger Lynn, Jeff H, dude, just a little bit that they had access to, they're able to put together timelines and explain certain things, and with the audio and the video, and just to where it makes so much sense. Now, that's just two gentlemen with limited access to information and what they got. Now, law enforcement, what they got, and all the people working, like, come on, man. I have a lot of confidence in what they got. Criminal Med, I just don't think we should give any reason for throwing this to defense. Gotcha. Roger, that's why they are going for the DP. I know, trust me. And that's another thing too. I mean, you don't, just like Roger said, you don't go for that death penalty. You don't, unless you know you got the individual, right? And I know, just making those statements, some people get all upset about it. You know, he's innocent until proven guilty. It's presumed innocent in the court of law. We're the public, so we get to, speculate a little bit. But you guys know, from what I heard, I knew the tech stuff was coming in from the FBI before that stuff even popped off. But let's go. Let's roll.
It's not in my character to just sit back and just know that an opportunity isn't being seized upon. And I couldn't live with myself. I couldn't live with myself if later on, something happened and a jury member said, you know what, it really came down to the fact that I couldn't see firsthand. They told us the ideal jury member was someone who had thousands of acres and had no time to watch TV. He was out on the farm. Well, I don't feel like that kind of guy is going to see the footage that I seen and not want to understand what was going on in the house. And a computer program is going to mean nothing to that farmer.
I disagree with Steve, though, on this aspect. Dude, modern day farmers ain't no backwoods hicks, man. Most of our farmers right now, most of them are very tech savvy. I know this because I come from a farming family. So I have farmers up north that do everything from wine grapes, pistachios, almonds, I mean, everything, right? And they are not dumb people. They're very computer savvy. So I do disagree with him in this aspect, that they might not be able to look at this tech, evidence and see what it means and be able to look at it properly. I disagree with that. I definitely would want those farmer type, because the fact that they're not going to be watching constant media like a lot of people will, so they'll come at it unbiased. But I think those will be some of the most intelligent people to do it, and I don't think that they're going to be ignorant to any tech evidence at all. So I disagree with them in that aspect, but I do agree with them in the house should stay up till the trial. So yeah. Lori P says exactly. Louise, thank you so much for the super chat. Thanks for being you and going live. I appreciate you. Yeah, man, you know, like I was going live every day for a minute there. A lot of stuff kind of got me derailed on it. So I'm trying to get back into the flow of things. And I need to be live every day. It's good for my mental health when I'm live every day with y'all. Let's see, Lori P. Modern day, not real old fashioned farmers. Modern day. Yeah, well, that's the thing is real old fashioned farmers. It's like, dude, that's not really existing anymore. They're like everybody's modern day now. Even like the old folks, a little bit more modern nowadays. And then like a lot of the old timers that are old school that wouldn't understand tech like that, they're not out in the field no more. Those people aren't going to be sitting on a jury, I wouldn't think. Could be wrong though. Could be wrong. All right, let's keep rolling, y'all.
Almost zero value in a computer model to a farmer like that.
I want to dovetail off something you just said, and that is that
You know, there's some farmers that heard that were like, "What the fuck, man? We're not dumb. You can understand tech and evidence." Like,
they've told you
at
that.
least I got some family that would have heard that and been like, "What the hell you mean we can't understand this?" I got some family mess with some high level tech on those farmlands.
Steve, the amount of stuff we have, relax. Are you referring to like victims advocates or people actually in the know of the case that they have such a solid case that you should rest easy?
Because I've made myself vocal, people have reached out to me, and some of those people have just said that if what I know is accurate, Steve, there's a massive amount of information. This case will open up other investigators to know that there's a whole nother level of data being collected on people, and some of that will come out in this case.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television.
Thank you, man, Phil. Appreciate you. All right, guys. So, yeah, the main portion of that was me just wanting to respond on my thoughts on the house coming down. And I pretty much did, right? I pretty much did. At first, I wasn't for it. I wasn't for it at all. I was like, I'm sorry. I didn't care. I was like, it can come down. We got all the tech. They did all the stuff. We're good. We don't need it. And then I listened to Steve. And when he said that about, like I said, I didn't agree with the farmers and the tech thing, but as far as somebody's going to want to be able to stand in these certain positions and see what they're going to be able to see. And if that house is not there to see it, how are they supposed to know what they want to know? Now, how that's really going to affect the case or the trial, I don't know. We'll see. But I get it. So at that point, I did change my mind. I don't think that should come down to the top of the trial. I think most people agree with that anyway. So as far as the inside of the home, I don't think it matters. I think the house being there or not being there, the inside of the home, I don't really, with the tech they got, I don't think that's really going to matter. But the outside, yeah, it can matter a little bit. So those are the two things I want to cover, guys. Let me switch this back up. And then I want to, the project, man. I got that project. So y'all know I've talked about doing stand-up and stuff, and stand-up really that came along because talking to one of my buddies that does comedy, and he's like, you're a funny dude. He's like, why don't you try stand-up? And I was like, man, I don't know. I was like, I just like to entertain my friends, and it's fun. He's like, you should really try it. So part of what was entertaining about me is like I can tell some stories, right? I can make some fun. I can make it pretty entertaining, especially if I get in the zone. Like if I get in the mood and I really want to do it, I have a good time with it. And so anyways, didn't get to do stand-up, so I'm here doing this true crime thing. And well, recently I realized that, I could expand on this true crime thing. And I don't have to just cover trials and cases and this and that. I can start getting into some, some special stuff for members only, like some storytelling type stuff. And the recent events definitely have inspired me to start shooting a little video. little video clips, right? Little stories, little chapters of this story that I'd like to tell, right? I've come up with this new story. And like I said, it's inspired recently from some current events. And yeah, it's going to be, based on true events, very, very much so based on true events. But I will add a little, it's going to be a little satire, a little comedy twisted into the current events to make it a fun story. And these chronicles, it's going to be a multi-episode deal. It is. Maybe the first episode it'll be a short one, the first episode. Maybe I'll do that for everybody to see, right? So you can get a taste of what the story is going to be about. So you can kind of get the basis of it. And after that, the rest of the episodes will be members only. I'm super excited to bring you guys this story, right? Like I said, it's going to be multiple chapters, multiple episodes, but it's a very thrilling tale. It's a tale, yeah, it's one you don't want to miss. It has all the elements. It has all the human elements in it. Yeah, betrayal, deceit, list goes on and on. There's a lot to it, man. This story is deep, very, very deep story. There's a lot of lore behind it. Lots of lore behind it, guys. I mean, the history and the depth of the lore that are in these chronicles that I'm going to talk to you guys about, that I'm going to tell you about, it goes back a ways. It involves a lot of characters. I'm excited about it, guys. I'm so excited to tell you guys these stories. They're going to be really, really fun. And like I said, the first episode, we're going to do the first episode. So how it is I'm pre-shooting these, right? I'm going to pre-shoot them, but we're going to watch them live, right? So I'm going to launch the live, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull it up, the video up in each chapter, and we're going to cover it. And, I'm going to let it roll through. And at the end of the chapter, I'm going to pop back up and we'll talk about it. You guys can go ahead and let me know what you thought about that chapter. And, you know what I mean? If you have any questions, if there's anything that wasn't clear about the storytelling at that point in time, we can do a little Q&A at the end of each episode. But, yeah, I think you guys are going to enjoy it immensely. Y'all are into true crime. It is going to be absolutely based in true crime. Yeah. I don't want to give too much away. That first episode is going to be really laying out the territory, the format, some of the characters at play, a little bit of, foundational support for the story. But like I said, I'm going to do that one for everybody, subscribers. Everybody can watch that one. And then, like I said, after that, it'll be members only content. This is going to be special for my members, man. Y'all ain't going to want to miss this, especially y'all that have been rocking with me this long. I appreciate you guys so much, and it's time to give back to my members. So I thought that best way to do that would be bring a little extra added entertainment to you guys, a little extra value into your viewing pleasure, because that's what it's all about. I want to be up here to entertain you guys, and I love doing true crime, dude. Don't get me wrong. I love taking the requests. I love laying the format for the show out. The articles. I always complain about reading, but I love. I just love it all, man. I do really love it all. But that being said, dude, I really love to do some comedy. I really love to do some storytelling. And I really feel like the things that I've learned out here on these YouTube streets of this last year, I feel like I've learned quite a bit, and I've come across quite a bit of history and interactions here to really deliver you guys a good time with this story. It's crazy, y'all. It's going to be one hell of a ride. And yeah, I'm so excited for it. I hope you guys are too. Be looking for me to be posting some posters. We're going to have some poster drops for the stories, inspired by the stories that we'll be telling. So, the posters may give a little bit of the story away here or there, depending on, what I drop when I drop it. So some of you smart people might start getting a little bit of the storyline down and start understanding what's coming your all way. But look for them. Y'all know how I love my thumbnails and my posters and whatnot. So we'll be dropping those. So you'll have some visual content to go along with the storytelling. You know what I mean? Because I don't know if you're like me, but Lord of the Rings, right? I'm a Tolkien nerd. I'll read Lord of the Rings, but man, having those extra little pictures, you know what I mean? The art with it, it just brings a little something more to the storytelling. So definitely be dropping those for you guys so that you guys get that full multimedia experience with these stories. Super excited if you can't tell. Super, super excited. But yeah, guys, I don't know, man. It's going to be a good time. Going to be a good time. You're not going to want to miss out. So that being said, I've said it already. First episodes for everybody. After that, it'll be members only. And on this channel for members only content, as far as members only live streams, that's second tier, right? So that's Piscine Gang OG. Second tier, it's a whole $1 more. Not a big deal. So super excited, y'all. Super excited. You're not going to want to miss these stories. They're good. They're really good. I've already ran a couple of them by some people, and they're like, when did you come up with that? And I was like, man, I just, been working on some stuff. So, but yeah, guys, so that's it. That's all I got for the show. Dang it. That's all I got for the show. Wait up. Let me check this message real quick. Make sure we're good. Okay. So, big shout out to, thank you so much, Criminal Med. And let's see, CK, you put your regular name on the donation, and I don't want to use your regular name because I don't think you want me to use your regular name, but Miss CK that donated, I appreciate you as well. So those are my 2 donations for December. Much love, y'all. Appreciate that so much. Helped me out big time on the running this, you know what I mean? That being said, if you're new here, made it this far, or you're live with me, made it this far, if you'd like to reach out to me, to have me cover a case or a trial, I love taking requests. So hit me up, let me know. If you have some information to add to stuff we're already covering, shoot it to me. Hey, it's what the community is all about, right? You all bring in the information together, right? That's what we do. So shoot it to me. We have X, Instagram, Facebook, and then my email. The links to all those are in the video description, the channel description as well. What else? Oh, if you would like to donate to the channel, we have CashApp, PayPal, Venmo. If you do donate, please leave your name, your screen name, whatever I can give you a shout out with, because I'll give the shout outs during the show, and then your names will go up on the donation wall in the following month so people know that you donated in the previous month. I know, a little complicated, but that wall goes up before and after every live stream. So it's my way of showing appreciation and love for the people that support the channel. If you'd like to help with equipment, we have a Amazon registry for equipment for the studio, stuff we need. Your boy's working with some Stone Edge equipment. So if you want to do that, links there. Same thing. If you donate that way, please leave your name. Let me know so I can give you a shout out. And usually when people donate equipment, when it comes in, I do a shout out with a post on our community page. So it's always appreciated. That being said, if you're not in a position to help that way, it's cool. Just keep showing up to my live streams, hit the buttons, smash the like, smash the share. And that's all I can really ask for. That's it, guys. That's the show for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are looking forward to the Chronicles, and I will give the full name on the first episode, right? I got to keep it subtle. Got to keep it, mysterious. You guys are going to have fun with this one, though. Trust me now. I could already tell chat is going to be lit. It's going to be a good time. But, all right, I'm going to shut up. I'm going to get out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Like I said, hopefully you enjoyed it. It's your boy, the real Piscine Predator, aka TPP baby. And until next video, next live stream, or next short, or whatever the next thing is, much love, y'all. I'm out. Peace.